Hi, I'm Christina Marie, and I'm with Access Sacramento. Today, we are making 200 minutes of impact with 20 organizations in the Sacramento Sierra region, and this is called Big Day of TV. So let's get to it. I am here with Cynthia Smith of Sisters of Nia Incorporated. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Glad to be here.
So tell us about your mission.
So Sisters of Nia was founded in 2009, and our mission is to empower socially and economically disadvantaged girls, and specifically adolescent girls in grades 6 through 8. We focus on bringing curriculum that's culturally based, and our goal is to build self-esteem, leadership skills, academic achievement, and to build and strengthen mother-daughter and father-daughter relationships. The program is culturally based, so we focus on teaching them about their African history, and we focus on starting with the fact that their history did not begin with slavery. So we start teaching them history well before slavery. It's wonderful because it's curriculum that they're not getting in their classrooms.
Yes.
So that's the bulk. That's the core of what our mission is. Our vision is to inspire, encourage, and empower girls to live their life with a purpose, to reach their fullest potential, figure out what their purpose is, and then go live their life with a purpose.
Yeah. So you are doing the good work, as they say.
We are.
Yeah. And it is really extremely important, even in Sacramento, where our diversity is so high, that they get education in African studies. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Absolutely. So the 6th grade curriculum, as I mentioned, we focus on the fact that we start before slavery. We start with the fact that Africa is a continent and not a country. They'll learn about different ancient African civilizations. They learn about different African queens, and this is the 6th grade curriculum. It's really a focus on developing the self, learning about who they are as a young woman. 7th grade goes a little bit deeper. They go a little bit, take a deeper dive into African history, and we use a film series called Hidden Colors to kind of take a deeper dive.
Oh.
So it's the girls really learn a lot. We stay in touch with our girls forever. Our oldest group of girls are actually turning 25 this year.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just recently working on our annual report and reached back out to them as a where are they now kind of thing. And it was really interesting to see how many of them still remember and value and treasure the history that they learned in the program, their African history that they learned in the program.
Yeah. I mean, African American history is American history,
Absolutely.
and we don't teach enough of that, honestly.
Absolutely.
I think you're doing some really impactful work there.
Thank you.
So what would you consider your signature portion of your program?
So our signature program would be our monthly program. So the core of the program is our monthly meetings. We meet the first Saturday of each month, 2.5 hours. The girls are divided by grade level. Each grade level has their own theme, they have their own curriculum, and they also have their own facilitator who stays with them all 3 years. So their facilitator will start with them in 6th grade and stay through 8th grade with them. They really develop a family network. It's kind of like the facilitator ends up being kind of like the auntie or the second mom, and the girls are definitely like a sisterhood. And it's kind of like a little sorority that they join when they're in 6th grade and get to stay in for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. So you're community building as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that would be our signature program. We also offer a summer performing arts camp. It's a 2-week summer performing arts camp for girls ages 11 to 14. This past summer was the first summer we were able to bring it back after quite a few years. We had 42 girls come through the program. We only charged a small fee for the program. It was only $100 for the 2 weeks. Full day program, and then the girls put on a performance for the community at the end of the 2 weeks.
So that's pretty accessible.
It's very accessible.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's fantastic. So do you have any special needs for these programs currently?
Our biggest need is a grant writer, honestly. Not necessarily for well, I guess it would be for the programs. We need assistance getting that funding. Right now, I'm the grant writer, and it is definitely time-consuming and a lot of work, and I wear a lot of hats. So our biggest need right now is to get a grant writer to help us with that. Our special need is the facilities. Because of the nature of how we run the program, and we have the girls that meet in separate grade level groups, we need a facility that allows us that space. So we're very fortunate to have partnered with Highlands Community Charter School. They've donated that space to us this year, so it's a tremendous blessing to the program to be able to have that space.
That's awesome.
And I do want to just mention too that we also award scholarships. Last year we've been giving away scholarships for years. Last year we were fortunate to partner with the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. We gave away 42 scholarships totaling $50,000.
Wow.
So we are really, really, just really feel honored to be able to do something like that for the community.
Well, so you're extremely accessible.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is fantastic. And
Thank
it's,
you.
the public really does need to know about these things, and your program, of course. Because I think sometimes somebody will see a program and they'll be like, oh, I don't know if I can afford that. They won't even like look further to see if there's a scholarship.
Right.
So that's really great that you're letting people know that today.
Thank you.
So historically, how have you funded these programs? And do you have any like annual goals that you have to maintain?
Absolutely. So historically, our funding has come from grants, foundation grants, city grants, state grants, and lots of great donors. We have a wonderful network of supporters who donate to us consistently. So that's really where our funding has come from. And the Big Day of Giving is our big fundraiser each year. We don't really have, since COVID, we don't really have an annual fundraiser anymore.
Right.
Hopefully we'll be able to bring something like that back this year. But the Big Day of Giving is really where we get the core of our donations from.
So what is your goal this year?
So this year our goal is $50,000.
Okay.
Last year we raised a little over $30,000. Our goal this year is 50. Really because we're really trying to expand, and right now we just have one meeting location. Our goal is to have locations throughout the Sacramento area and beyond. We would like to branch out throughout the state and throughout the nation.
Wow, that's
our goal.
a good goal to have. Do you have any other Big Day of Giving goals, like volunteers or any board goals?
Our main goal is really just to raise awareness about who we are, who Sisters of Nia. There's still a lot of people out there who have not heard of Sisters of Nia. So our really big goal is to raise awareness. Regardless of the amount of money that we raise, our biggest goal is to raise awareness and hopefully just educate more people about who we are and what we do. That's our goal. And like I mentioned earlier, we really just want to be able to branch out and become more accessible to more girls.
Yeah, and that's what question I had. Like, if I had a daughter in middle school, would there be a way that I could have her participate in your program?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I do want to mention too that just because the program focuses on African history and African culture, girls of any ethnicity are welcome to come through the program and have come through the program. So we enrolled in the spring to early summer. We always put a call out on Facebook. We put an announcement out on our website, and we also reach out to local schools. We meet in the Oak Park neighborhood, so we put a call out to local schools.
Pretty central, yeah.
So we service 19 different zip codes. So we have girls that come from all over the Sacramento area.
Wow. So, well, it sounds like you're building sisterhood and community and educating, in wonderful ways.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for telling us all about your organization.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
At the end of the day, all the grant writing, all the organizing, everything, what makes it really worthwhile for you?
That's a great question. And I will say what makes it worthwhile is that that the girls still want to stay in touch with us. And as I mentioned, we have girls that are 25 this year. They will come back and volunteer. They'll come back and be guest speakers with the current girls. But the fact that they want to stay connected and they can verbalize how the program has impacted their life, and they continue to be impacted by the program, even as young adults, that's what really makes it worthwhile to me.
Yeah. Well, as I said before, Sisters of Nia is participating in the Big Day of Giving, which happens on May 4th this year. And you can learn more about the Big Day of Giving at bigdayofgiving.org and see Sisters of Nia at the address below.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Stay tuned. We're going to have some more on the Big Day of TV.